many of you guys know, Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl. Huge ritual, and you guys can see from the video that I just showed you guys, she literally did symbolism in plain sight, channeling demons in everyone's face. And that clip wasn't on TV, and that should be a good thing for everyone that didn't go to that. But that is a very sad thing for people who were actually there. Literally, it's like stealing all of these people's energy, possessing them, putting them in a trance, a daze. It's actually really creepy. So all these articles are just revolved around her pregnancy, and I don't find a coincidence that it's her second child and she just revealed the coming of her second child. So that is a very symbolic thing, and from my understanding, I feel like that is a major hint towards the second coming of Christ. Revelation 1 verse 7 says, "Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, and all tribes of the earth will wail on account of him. Even so, amen." There's a lot of symbolism in this entire performance that I'm going to get into later into this video, and you guys should just keep on watching. And there was a lot of seventh seal symbolism going on, which I'm going to show you guys. So something I found really disturbing is the amount of people that watched the Super Bowl. It is actually pathetic and stupid. Anyone that is a devoted fan of that stuff, you probably might be brainwashed. Yeah, you're brainwashed. Have you in a trance. I think the shape of the balls that they use for these games and the shape of the field, the outfits, everything that's all included in these games, I think have massive amount of sorcery behind it. And I think that's what possesses people to be devoted fans of these things. I think it's insane that people invest their time gambling over this stuff consistently and just making it part of their life. It's actually really pathetic when it's like just some men in like weird clothing, tight little leggings, and like sometimes crop tops, kicking a ball around and tackling each other and touching each other. It's really weird. All of the sports are very weird. I think that is one of the biggest traps that they have a lot of people under, and people need to understand that that is weird and that's idolatry. And no one should be idolizing them, okay? There's too many people, especially guys that like sports, who are idolizing these men playing games and betting on another man. You're literally betting on what another man is going to do. And on top of that, they're not even human, So on top of that, you're betting on some weird thing to come through so you can make your money. It's very weird. It causes so much conflict between people, and it was purposely created. So here's an article that I had found like immediately after the show was done. The stats are probably updated, but I just find this disturbing that this is a trajectory that 100 million people would be watching the halftime show, and that's not even including the people there. And it's disturbing that they're idolized so much, and people are just getting brainwashed, letting her demonic, songs just run rabbit in their head. It's just very weird. So one of the songs that she performed was Umbrella. And before I talk about how disturbing this song is and give you guys a bunch of connections with that, I will be dissecting most of the songs that she performed in this video. So the song Umbrella, the weird thing about the lyrics is that in the beginning, Jay-Z says good girl gone bad, and I think this is a major reference towards them being fallen angels and their overall objective, which is to make girls or guys go on the bad side. They love flipping bad as if bad is good. That is just very disturbing that we even live in a time period where everyone likes bad things. It's like everyone's desensitized so much. And she's a fallen angel, in my opinion. What I've noticed is that most celebrities hint what they are. They're either Nephilims or fallen angels. And there's characters like Kevin Gates, who says his mom had relations with an angel and had him. So that just shows that he's a Nephilim, right? And then there's characters like Rihanna and Katy Perry and probably more. If you go through their Instagrams or things that they've done, you'll realize they hint so much of being fallen, okay? And right here, she had posted this And of course, it was in February of 2015. And yeah, it's a Valentine's Day post, but let's really look at the context here. She had posted this Cupid weird pagan baby, and he has an arrow on his back and he has fell. So I just think that's symbolic towards her being a fallen angel along with many other characters. I think Jay-Z is also a fallen angel type character. So right here, she had a performance, and her jacket has these, like, you know, strings or whatever you want to call it, coming down, and it looks like wings. And this entire song, and I'm gonna show you guys the lyrics, she's like trying to say if you get under her umbrella, like, you'll be safe, which you're not, because it's a con. It's symbolic towards her scooping you under her wing. Thing, he says, good girl gone bad. And that's super ironic because she calls herself Bad Gal Riri. And this other terminology of saying girl, they do this just to admit in plain sight of being, like, inverted, genderless. Here's more stuff referring to her being on the dark side or the bad side. She does a lot of things. She pays major homage towards being on the side with Satan and being, like, devilish. So right here, she's doing one eye symbolism. This was the anti-tour cover. She's doing one eye symbolism, literally, and she's even doing the horns. Invert dressing, just in plain sight, one eye symbolism, even a hand gesture going on right there. And then the black and white. Then she has this album called Unapologetic. Again, fallen angel reference. They do not feel bad for anything they've ever done, and they do not want to repent, and they just don't feel sorry. They're unapologetic about it, and they're trying to influence regular humans to fall and be like them and to be unapologetic, as this character is. And of course, on this album cover, she's doing one eye symbolism, and again, one eye symbolism. And then again, she's doing like the horns and sticking her tongue out. She's literally mocking and literally showing how evil and spiteful she is. And then right here, she has the horns. And then here's an edit that someone had made of this character. And then back in 2012, she posted this photo, and her sunglasses literally have the horns in plain sight. And she's doing one eye symbolism. This character is extremely symbolic. And here we go again, repping bad. It's actually sick that people think bad is good, and they've convinced people that bad is good, and that's why they like the black and white symbolism. It's kind of just blatantly showing how they like to invert everything. They like to invert the idea that bad is good and good is bad, you know. And here we go, this devilish stuff. This is actually very sick, and she's doing one eye symbolism. So back to the lyrics, something that she said that I found really disturbing. She said, took an oath, and that she's going to stick it out till the end. Very weird, in plain sight, saying what side she's on. They've always been on the side that they are on. Do not be fooled, because they're in these new age vessels, pretending that she's a 30-something-year-old. They've been around since forever. They're really old. She even says it in this song. And yeah, in this verse right here, she says, told you she'll be here forever. And this is just a really sick song, because it's like she's telling a fan, like, just continue loving her, and then in hell, and she's there, and then y'all end up in a lake of fire together. And then she says, you can stand under my umbrella, and I think that is saying under her wing, and it just pretty much literal, like, just be under her influence and just be under her, like, control, basically. And then right here it says that you're part of her entity for infinity. That is so creepy. You know, that is really creepy. The fact that she literally says she's an entity, and the word infinity. There's just a lot of things in this song where she's blatantly stating that she's been around for a long time, like with that verse right there. Now it's raining more than ever. Revelation 16 verse 1 says, "Then I heard a loud voice from the temple telling the seven angels, 'Go and pour out on the earth the seven bowls of the wrath of God.'" And then Revelation 16:2 says, "So the first angel went and poured out his bowl on the earth, and harmful and painful sores came upon the people who bore the mark of the beast." So when she's talking about it's raining, I really feel like it relates to these verses right here in Revelation. And then there's Revelation 16:8 and 16:4. 16:4 says, "The third angel poured out his bowl into the rivers and the springs of water, and they became blood." And Revelation 16:8 says, "The fourth angel poured out his bowl on the sun, and it was allowed to scorch people with fire." It reminds me of Genesis 7:12, which deals with Noah, like the time before Noah, and how the world had got so corrupt and basically pretty much killed off all those people. It flooded all those people out. So it says, "And rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights." They know that the end is coming. So I don't fully agree with this whole thing that this person had said, but this is true. And the reason why I don't fully agree with what this person said is because they're sympathizing this person that is obviously massively deceitful. So this Sunday, Devout Satanist Rihanna will be performing at the 2023 halftime show at the Super Bowl. Her 20-minute melody of songs will include witchcraft spells. That is true. Over 200 million people will be watching. That is so creepy. And look at the formation when she was performing. Very creepy stuff in plain sight. And I feel like they're gonna fake a alien invasion, especially since we're getting close to the seventh seal and the rapture's coming and people are gonna disappear. They're going to tell people left here that, oh, aliens abducted them, because the way that her backup dancers were dressed was very odd. And there's just a bunch of space references going on right now, and they're flooding people's feed with this UFO crap. And right here is the original music video for the song Umbrella. And when that song had came out, plus the music video, there was a lot of pages back in like whatever year this was that were talking about how creepy this music video was and still is. So as you guys can see, she's in a triangle and she's obviously making symbolic figures with her vessel. And then right here, this is literally what some had pointed out was like a Baphomet. And you guys can pause this to read this right here. I honestly don't know how people got brainwashed into liking Rihanna. She blatantly reps who she's in cahoots with. In one of her music videos, in the background, it says "Princess of the Illuminati." Just very weird. And there's a lot of subliminal messaging going on. And then, of course, at her own concerts, she's doing this stuff. And then right here, blatantly repping what she is in plain sight. The very disturbing thing about this photo shoot, and then right here, she's doing the diamond. Now I'm gonna get into how there was so much predictive programming that her character was supposed to perform at the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. It's not natural at all. I think that could change a lot of people's perspective, especially all the stuff that I'm gonna show. A lot of people think that they're real and think, oh, she's been practicing for this and etc. But like, it's not natural. It was already pre-scripted a long time ago. It's not a surprise. And back in 2013, she obsessifies over February. Yeah, many can say because it's her birthday month, but it's just like excessive. She had posted this and it says, "Dear February," and you guys can read the rest. And then there was this magazine that had came out and they ended the February with because her name's Rihanna. That is like extremely scripted. Like, what is the chances of that? And then around this same time period, she was posting a lot of Breaking Bad memes. And Breaking Bad is a very terrible show, narcissistic. It programs viewers to be narcissistic and have narcissistic tendencies and think that everything that Walter White's character did was cool or like for his family. It's just a grimy show, like just very dirty show. And during the Super Bowl, one of the commercials, of course, included the Breaking Bad actors and basically a remake of one of the scenes, but to fit the narrative of a Doritos commercial. And they're always promoting Doritos during this because the shape of the Dorito is a triangle. So much symbolism going on here. And it is sick that this bald head character literally does the six while holding the triangle shaped Dorito. Very sick stuff. I don't understand why Breaking Bad is a big deal right now and why they even use it for the commercial. That show came out many years ago. It doesn't make sense that it's, resurfacing and trending again. Back in 2013, Rihanna has a lot of photos of herself being at basketball games and being like a sports crazed person. So of course she's wearing a LeBron James jersey. And something weird about that team, Miami Heat, it literally sounds like the Lake of Fire or something, the Heat association, like hell. Very weird stuff. I think this is extremely symbolic to her later performance at the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. And then this was a meme that she had posted. I think it's ironic that they put a guy's face over her body, just plain sight. And there's 23 on her stomach, like in sunscreen or something. Just so happened to pick her to perform in 2023. So LeBron James is heavily connected to Rihanna. He's heavily connected to this entire Super Bowl ritual. Even him surpassing Kareem's amount of points is an entire ritual itself. Sports are just a huge ritual. So he's 38 years old right now. Of course, the points that he surpassed has the number 38 involved in it, okay? And not only that, and this record was broken on February the 7th, all right? And the 7th, okay, and that connects Masonry, the G, 7th letter. And then another 38 connections at the Chiefs. They scored 38 points. What is the chances of that? So the supposedly 38-year-old basketball player, he breaks a record of points that includes the number 38. Then at the Super Bowl, they win with 38 points. And Rihanna's connected to all of this because she loves LeBron for some odd reason. Plus, her name also equals 38 in gematria. And moving on, winner equals 38 in gematria, so it's scripted for this winner to have 38 points. And then John Cena is trending right now. I feel like everyone that's trending leading up to the Super Bowl literally matches with 38. So John Cena just so happens to equal 38 in reverse reduction cipher, and he's doing a massive amount of like fugazi dressing right now. And then blasphemy equals 38 because literally her being in the air like that and people having to look up at her, that's just wrong. That's mocking idolization. It's like, it's weird. Putting her character in the air is showing how far gone people are and how most people are just blindly idolizing them. And then Lucifer just so happens to equal 38, also crazy. Most likely a huge ritual for Satan, literally. Because Baphomet equals 38. The devil equals 38. LeBron got drafted in 2003. And then in 2023, he breaks the record. And people are calling him King James and all this crazy stuff. I recommend you guys go watch Conscious X video breaking down this whole LeBron character. This is not a LeBron video, so I'm not getting deep into all the stuff. But he is a very disgusting character, scripted with so many things. So Rihanna is born in 1988. Devilish equals 88. She's a devilish character. Lake of Fire equals 88. And like I was showing you guys with the lyrics of the song Umbrella, she's literally tempting people to come under her wing so she could just lure you right into the Lake of Fire with her. They love company. Misery loves company. All right, and so there's multiple verses about the Lake of Fire. Revelation 20:10 says, "And the devil who had deceived them was thrown into the Lake of Fire and sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet were, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever." Revelation 21:8 says, "But as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for murderers, the sexual immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death." And then Revelation 20:15 says, "And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire." You guys can read the other two right here. And then weird connection, A$AP Rocky's also born in 1988, so he's connected to those same things that I just showed you guys. And he has a song called Phoenix, and the Super Bowl just so happened to be in Arizona. Phoenix is one of the cities in Arizona. And in this song, the lyrics are very creepy. He says, "F Illuminati lies, say that he's Lucified," okay? So that's just blatantly repping this set. They are all just blatant with it. If you if you literally search for it, and you don't have to search too hard, do some research, you'll find out how blatant they all are with it. So I went and looked up the meaning of this song. I didn't even click on this article because already from this little typed paragraph, it says that the song finds Rocky spitting philosophical lyrics about fallen music legends. Why did they use that terminology, fallen music legends, like fallen angels? Wow. That term, Lucified, it said, say that he's Lucified, which is a correct term to describe them. So this term, Lucified, means you are evil or to make evil things. And they make evil things and they are evil. And it says, or a change in your life or attitude drastically or slowly from good to bad. And that's like the Rihanna song where Jay-Z says, "Good girl gone bad." They want that to happen for pretty much all humankind. That's like their total objective. They want as many people in cahoots with them. And I found it super weird that before she did this performance, this had popped up in my feed. This pastor basically temporarily died. Obviously involved pastor, wolf in sheep's clothing, and he died, and he reveals that he went to hell and the demons were singing Rihanna's song Umbrella as torture. What is the chances that she performs that song to the living? And he could be lying, but he could also really be telling it like it is. And I could honestly see her music probably being played in hell. That's creepy. She has very sick music. That's just a terrible thing if they are just torturing people to this music. Oh, that's just very weird stuff. And playing these songs over and over, oh, that's just terrible. So she has a song called Run This Town. She also performed that. And the whole beginning part of this song literally sounds like end times. And once the rapture happens, you know, the Antichrist is going to rule over the world. All right. And so Run This Town is like these fallen angels who are going to be behind the Antichrist. They're going to be literally running the world for like 7 years. They are extremely excited, and as you can tell from these lyrics, and it's like they're excited for dark, nasty stuff, you know. She starts it off with "Feel It Coming in the Air," and that's like that song by Phil. It's like "Feel It Coming in the Air Tonight," that song. What else is that about, you know? And they try to do these surface level cliche meanings, but it's about end times. And it says here, "The screams from everywhere." It's going to be complete chaos. What makes this song even more creepier is what Jay-Z says in the song. He says, "This is Rock Nation, pledge your allegiance." That's creepy. And then he goes on saying, "Black tees, all black everything, black cars, all black everything." Okay? They're dark. They're just completely dark. They're like tarnished and just black and just dark, and they rep that. But the creepy thing about this pledge your allegiance thing is with getting the mark and all that stuff, everything that goes on during that time period, people are gonna The people left behind are literally going to be in this weird position, and most are going to denounce God. And that's the sad thing. And they're going to pledge their allegiance to the dark side. And these lyrics are just blatant again, just completely blatant. And then I don't find it a coincidence that she has a song called Take a Bow. What is she talking about? Oh, she wants you to bow down to the Antichrist. Yeah, she's prepping everybody up. She's literally prepping people. This song was prepping people. So you're singing along, but you're being subconsciously programmed. And then right here, she's doing one eye and the horns. And this is the anti world tour cover. I showed this in the beginning. Anti referencing the Antichrist. That's who she's with. That's what she's repping. She's literally for the Antichrist, and that's why it's a world tour. It's like the Antichrist is gonna rule the world. It's gonna be a one world nation. So Matthew chapter 4 verse 9 through 10 says, and he said to him, all these things I will give you if you will fall down and worship me. All right, so let's just stop right there and explain that. This is Satan, the devil, whatever you want to refer to him as, tempting Jesus Christ into worshiping him. The fact that he even tempted Jesus Christ, that is insane. The bow down part connects to her song. It connects to Jay-Z saying pledge your allegiance. It connects to all the celebrities and their agenda. They're buttering you up so when, hopefully not, but if you do get left behind, they can already have you on their team, already have you in their boat, already have you in cahoots. And so going on, it says, then Jesus said to him, away with you, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. This anti-album cover looks like brainwashing. It's like in the SpongeBob movie when Plankton had took over, he put the bucket over everyone's head. And this just looked like the world when the Antichrist is ruling. People are going to be completely brainwashed, not even seeing things. Their eyes will be like covered and they'll just be blindly following. And I find it ironic that's the red and white. And then in her performance, she wore red and her backup dancers was wearing white. And then the kid has a balloon. It reminds me of the Baphomet statue of the two children. I think the little girl has a balloon, but still it reminds me of that a lot. And this is just demonic. They're trying to make jokes out of this right now, but she's literally giving this nasty death stare, like this soul-sucking nasty stare. I don't even like looking at that for too long. And the fact that they're trying to make jokes out of it as if it's cute or something, no, that's creepy. That's nasty. Y'all should actually be a little bit disgusted. This is an old photo. She's doing one eye symbolism and she's showing off her tattoo which says shush. And during the performance, I found this very odd. One of the backup dancers at a certain moment literally does the shush symbolism. And another thing before I move on, they are wearing like triangles. The way their jackets are angled on most of these dancers, it's literally a triangle, so it's all symbolic. It may not seem very symbolic blatantly, but it's literally symbolic. And of course, tongue out, mocking, the list goes on with this stuff. So this all relates to the seventh seal. So Revelation 8:1 says, when he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. And we're near that seventh seal. And I don't find it ironic that she's so connected with this Sam Smith character. So she had posted this a while ago, her and Sam Smith, and they're both trending being very odd and weird in the media. They're part of this big deception. It's so crazy. And look, this was his performance, just disgusting. And he openly had these inverts with him. This is like their ultimate agenda is to invert everybody. She's extremely blasphemous. She posted this fake image of Jesus Christ. I am so tired of this image. They're going to get in so much trouble for making these images of him. And basically, this is blasphemous because of the way it is done, like the context behind it. Literally, she posted this on December 25th. That is not his birthday, okay? And then it says stepping out tonight, hashtag B-Day flow. Like, this is so ghetto. And then she put turn up. I really admired how people attacked her for this back in 2013. Because if she was to post this nowadays, no one would say anything. There would probably be a few little people who say something, but massive amount of commenters would be like, yeah, haha, and bash the photo and bash Jesus Christ and bash the nature of Jesus Christ. And in this comment section in 2013, people were really calling her out, you know, and people were really saying how sick it is and how nasty, you know, this is, that she even made a post like this. But, you know, they've got people so brainwashed nowadays. It's just really sad. And then she had posted this in 2012, and I found this to be a very creepy picture, but it's repping her bloodline, serpent bloodline, repping her set. And this was actually disrespectful. So in 2012, she had posted this inverted photo of Beyonce, and her caption says this pic could single-handedly destroy the self-esteem of an entire nation. You know, the sad thing is that people have been destroyed, like, with self-esteem and self-confidence and just their overall view of themselves. People have became into this trap of hating themselves and wanting to change themselves, you know, buying excessive amount of makeup to imitate what this invert looks like. Literally looks like a trans in drag. And to anyone that's still in these like loops trying to look like them, chasing your tail, all these people on social media, these IG models, are like, just take the veil off of your eyes, or pray that it's lifted off your eyes, and you will see how they all just look inverted. It's not even something to copy or try to be like. It is sad. And it's just the biggest deception. People are buying this hair weave, getting their makeup done, spending all this money to look like an invert. That's the weird thing. They have real regular women trying to look like inverts, and sadly it's actually working. That's the creepy thing. And the same thing goes with guys, but with the females it's more extreme. Something I've noticed is they found so many ways to attack females. It's really weird. And then this disrespectful song was the first song she performed, which is BBHMM. Disrespectful. Literally, she's talking to everyone who heard the song. Anyone that got ears to hear the song, she's talking to you. And to all of us, saying that we better have her money. And I think that's referring, she's speaking for all the celebrities, that we better get, like, cough up some money for their concerts, for their albums, whatever it is. And in this song, of course, she says balling bigger than LeBron, because I showed you guys how LeBron is massively connected to her performing at the Super Bowl with all these 38s, and he's even connected to the Super Bowl. And here's a photo of her performing a triangle or diamond with her hands. And I'm going to play a collage of her doing massive amount of symbolism. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate all of you guys. God bless.